Hey ladies, phase two is over. And I can't believe how quickly phase two went by. But here's the thing, there's one simple takeaway that I received from phase two, and I want to share this with you right now. Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Corey, and welcome back to TBV Lifestyle, where we are loving ourselves from the inside out. Today, we are at the end of phase two in 80-Day Obsession. I can't believe how quickly this went by, but this is going to be a little bit more condensed as opposed to what it was like when we did phase one. Phase one was more of an introduction and learning and unlearning and all the things that come in between when you start a new program. But in phase two, this is more about mindset. This was the common theme that I found throughout phase two. And we're going to get into what it means to shift your mindset when you do a program like this, because as it's called in the title, it's 80 days. Um, it can be tough. It really can be tough. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that kept me going and kept me focused in continuing this program and ending phase two. The reason why I say phase two has a lot to do with mindset um, is the fact that I believe it's like the second week of phase two, you hit the halfway mark of this program. And in most cases, yes, you'll definitely celebrate because you've hit the halfway mark. And then you'll also realize at the same time that you still have another 40 days to go. And your mind can start to play tricks on you where you take small things and amplify them so much that, you have a choice to make. It's, I'm going to continue with these next 40 days no matter what, or you're going to allow those excuses to become the reason why you start to slack off, or you start to say, oh, well, this is happening to me, so I can't, na. You know, you got to quiet the voices. And I'm just going to share with you a few things that happened to me throughout this phase that I had to make a choice. It's either I'm going to push through or I'm going to find ways to like work around this challenge or this setback or this obstacle, but I'm not going to quit. So if you've been paying attention to my Instagram, I've been posting every single day, just sharing with you little itty bitty things about that particular workout or maybe a challenge that I had that day. But in phase two, I experienced some nerve damage in one of my toes as a result of the shoes that I bought specifically for working out. It turned out that those shoes were too tight, they were too narrow at the front. And so, for all the moves that I was making, it was causing a lot of tension. So, the result of that was to basically not work out in those shoes anymore. And I had an option to either choose my regular everyday shoes, which is something I did not want to do because of the fact that it would dirty my mat. It would, I'm tracking everything that I would bring from outside into my workout area, like, ew, right? Or not wear shoes at all. So I opted for not wearing shoes for the next following, I believe it's like 8 to 10 days. And that in itself was challenging. But this is where I talk about mindset, because at the end of the day, what is your why? Why are you doing this? And yours may be very personal and specific, but my message to you is not to give up, not to quit. And this is the place where people would likely quit. They'd say, okay, well, I'm going to take like a week off because, of course, we need our feet in order to work out. But then it also gives you a reason not to work out. You want to recover from this injury. Now, listen, I'm not saying to aggravate it further and then create a bigger situation for yourself. What I'm saying is, if there's a way for you to work around it, then do that. That's what I did. I worked around it. So Yes, there are going to be times where you need to be on the ball of your foot and maybe you need to reconsider how you do that. That's what I did. Um, but if you can, do other exercises, it's not going to stop you from doing, let's say, triple A's. Like, give me a break. If you're working your arms and shoulders, I don't know what your nerve damaged toe has to do with it. And that's why I say that this is really about mindset when it comes to phase two. Changing your workout blocks is something that you have to keep in mind and can also play with your mind. And if you're a working mom like myself, you know that flexibility is essential in your vocabulary. Things change all the time, and either you ride the wave or you go against it and crash out. And so, again, this is something that could potentially lead to you not working out anymore or just being inconsistent in your workouts because of the fact that life around you is changing. That's why I love this program, because it has three different types of workout blocks for morning, noon, night, so whatever fits your fancy, you pick. I'm a morning person, but if I have to work out at night because I know, oh no, today is such and such, or this week I've got to do such and such, then I know according to this eating schedule how to eat, because the things that you eat don't change. It's the times in which you eat them that changes. And so, if you've been diligent since phase one and something changes in phase two, it's great to just go to your booklet and see how you can, change your workout block to fit what changes are happening within your life. Right now, for me, my daughter's starting school tomorrow. So, yes, it's going to affect the way that I work out. Like I said, I'm a morning person and I woke up at a specific time, and I've been doing this since July 7th. But now I may either have to work out earlier or change my workout block to the afternoon or evening. Still haven't decided when that is, but at the end of the day, I still want to continue this program and see it to its completion. And if that means changing the whole workout and eating schedule, then so be it. Don't quit. All right, so let's talk about bumping up weights and lifting heavy and how that can affect our mindset. Sis, y'all know that we go through a hormonal roller coaster every single month. So there are going to be some days that we feel like Wonder Woman, and there's going to be other days where we feel like nothing. And those days that you feel less than, these are the days where you need to really evaluate, what am I lifting? Can I maintain proper form while I'm lifting it? If not, drop down in weights. Autumn speaks about this in phase two as well. There is nothing about that is shameful or that is gonna affect your progress. Proper form and isolating the right muscle group for the exercise that you're doing is what is more important than whether or not you're lifting a 15 or a 20. Because if you don't have those two, if you're not working the muscle that you're supposed to be working in this particular exercise that you're doing, and if you do not have the proper form while doing it, you are just wasting your time. You might be working a different muscle that doesn't need to be worked at that particular moment in time, or or worse, you can cause injury, which will set you back for real. So at the end of the day, there were some days where I had to drop down to even 5 pounds to do certain exercises, because I wanted to make sure that at the very least I'm doing it properly and I'm isolating the right muscle. Now, how we become weak or tired or we didn't eat the right thing that morning, or we don't feel really good, if you know what I'm saying. Like all these things play a role. And so, remember that you're a human being and not a machine. And I think you'll be all right. So, ladies, there you have it. That is the end of phase 2. I hope you enjoyed my little wrap up here and my thoughts on the importance of mindset. So, I just wanted to add a little bonus here because I'm thinking about, oh, I got to go take my measurements and everything like that and see how much I've progressed. And then I thought, oh, progress, something that we haven't really talked about. Um, I want to encourage you to understand what progress means. And I know I get it. I used to think like this as well. I would use the scale as the barometer for whether or not I was progressing or not. And I want you ladies to understand that you are a woman. Like, I know we know this in theory, but when it comes to pursuing certain goals, sometimes we think that, oh, well, it's supposed to be like this. I'll tell you this, I do not weigh myself. I weigh myself at the end of each phase, but I do not consistently weigh myself. I don't want the number on the scale to play tricks with my mind. Again, it's all about mindset. So, progress to me looks like me showing up every day, regardless of how I'm feeling. Progress to me feels like, oh, last week I lift 12, now I lift 15s. Progress to me feels like, yes, seeing the inches fall off of my body, or maybe some inches increasing depending on what it is that you're trying to do. Progress to me feels like, feeling good about myself and having a clear mind, every single day as a result of working out. So I just wanted to put that in there because a lot of times we think progress means dropping pounds. That's not the same. And so I don't want you to become obsessed with the number on the scale, become more obsessed about the fact that you're showing up for yourself every single day. If you have small children, like I have, my daughter who says, oh, did you work out today? Or she's able to see that I'm working out. And it's not that I don't, how could I say, I don't struggle through my workout, but the fact that she sees I'm not giving up is what's important to model to her. So I just wanted to say that because I think that's an important part that we overlook. And, you know, it's part of the journey. It really is part of the journey. So don't forget to like this video and share it with a sister who is going through their own fitness journey and knowing that mindset plays a big role in how we conduct our daily lives, and especially when it comes to our own personal health. Subscribe to the channel if you like content like this. We'd love to have you here. And until next time, I'm Corey for TBV Lifestyle. Take care. Have a great one. Peace.